Hi guys, it's Rachel Boss again. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's tutorial is on how to make this beautiful maxi gown displayed on your screen. Trust me, it's a well-detailed tutorial and I will try to make it as short as it can. Let's get started. So guys, here are the material we need for this project: my scissors, my pin, my tape roll, my chalk, and my fabric, which is 4 yards. I have 4 yards of this stretchy flowery crepe. Yeah, so let's move to the next stage. So first of all, I will cut the down part, which is the flare part of the dress, as you can see in the video or the picture I posted earlier on. So you doing the flare part, this is the 4 yards of fabric, and this is the wrong side, this is the right side, this is the right side, this is the upper part, this is the down part of the fabric. This is the length, it is by 60. This is not Ankara fabric or a short length fabric. This length is by 60 inches. So the first thing for me to do, I don't want the 360-degree flare. For me to calculate my length and my circumference, which is the waist circumference. That is where the flare will join the upper part. So I'll calculate my circumference. For me to do that, I'll measure my waist measurement divided by 6.25 plus the sewing allowance and any other allowance I want to put, folding allowance as well. So I'll go ahead and calculate my waist measurement divided by 6.25. Then the results plus the length plus, I'll put the calculation on the screen for you to see. Okay, what I said earlier on, the flare part is what you are about to cut now. And I'll do my calculation. My waist measurement is 31. 31 divided by 6.25. Your result times 2. That is what I'm working with. Your result, you times it by 2. If you're doing a 360 flare, you don't need to times it. Just work with that straight. But I'm cutting on bias this way. So 31 divided by 6.25. The result times 2 plus my length. Remember, I'm making a long dress. Plus my length, which my length is, that's my waist to floor, which is where my half length to floor. I have 41 plus 51. I'll add that to my result, then plus 1 inch allowance for sewing and for folding. I'll put all the necessary calculation on the screen for you to see. But my total measurement is 51.9. That, let's say 52, approximately 52 is what I need. So I'll measure that 52 on the yardage part, on this end, this English mouth, or what do we call it? Yeah, this yardage part, not the length. On this part, I'll measure that 52 inches from that part. Here, I have 52. So just watch carefully. 52. Remember, this is the wrong side. The fabric have 2 sides. You can use anyone. So don't get confused. I'm using this part at the right side. This is the wrong side of my fabric. I have measured my 52. So I'll take this. Like I'm folding on 2 sides. You get. So I have 52. Altogether, I should have 100 and something. So that's 104 altogether. That's 52. So yeah, I just want to show you the process so you understand. Remember, it's on fold now. The 52 is on fold. Is on fold. Here is the end part of the 52. You get. This is the beginning. Is on fold, as you can see. This is the beginning. This is the beginning, and this is the end part of the 52. So I'll try to place it correctly on my table. So from this end, from this point, you take this to meet this part, I don't know if you get from this folded part now, this point, this edge here, you take this edge with this other part. That's what we call cutting it bias form, like an handkerchief kind of. So we'll take it this way, and we have this. So this is what I have after folding. This is what I have. Let me do a little recap. Your waist measurement divided by 6.25 times 2. Your waist measurement divided by 6.25, then times your result by 2. Add your length plus at least 1 inch sewing allowance. You don't need to add zip allowance. There's something about fleece, you definitely fold this, and the zipper part, SS for the zip allowance will definitely come out. So the next thing for me to do now is to take my measurement. That waist measurement divided by 4. That waist measurement divided by 4. Take it. Waist measurement divided by 6.25. Sorry, times 2 inches. Take your result and mark from this point. Mark from this point, which is this starting point. Mark from that point. I have my own is 31 divided by 6.25 times 2. Total I have is 9.9. So I'll be using 10 inches. So from this point, I'll mark 10 inches. To make this equal. If you are working with a fabric that is very light, try and use your pin to secure the fabric so it won't keep moving from one place to another. You use your pin. My fabric is a bit thicker, so it's not that disturbing. It's something I can move any time I want. You get. So just like I said, your waist measurement divided by 6.25 times 2. So I've done that. My result is 8 inches. What I have here is 8 inches. Yes, you should times that by 4. Remember, this fabric is on fold, and I have 4 parts of this. It's folded in 4. So the total, that's 8 inches times 4. I should have like 32. Definitely that excess will be for the zipper part. So moving on, the next thing for me to do now is to measure the length. My length is 41 plus 1 inch around, that is 42. So from this point, which is the waist, I'll go down by 42. I mean my length, when I mean my length, I mean the half length. From the half length downward is 41, not my total length. Now it's a long dress we are working with. So I need 42 inches, which is this. Let me bring it a bit closer. Okay, which is this 42 inches. It is 42 inches. Also, I'll shoot the tape. I'll measure 42 inches again. You can decide to add, for your sewing allowance, you can decide to add at least 1.5. It's flat dress anyway. So you can decide to make it 1.5. So from this point as well, I'll measure my length. 42 inches, and I'll join all the mark parts together. You get my point? And I hope you're following. Okay. So after this, the next thing is for me to cut out my flame. So I have this. Next for me to cut out the flame. So I have my flame now. This is what I have, and definitely this will come out nice. You can pause it. Thank you. So moving to the next one. So for the upper part, I want to cut this on a plain sheet. So from here I'll transfer to the fabric. First thing first, I and get your starting point, which is the top line. Just your starting point is good. Don't start from the edge of the paper. Okay, so this will be like our shoulder part. This isn't straight. Okay, so this will be our starting point, and this will be my front. This will be my front, and this will be my back. Okay, first thing first, the half length. We just need to the half length, which is 17 inches. So I measure from this top line to the half length, which is 17 inches. Definitely you need the half length for both front and back. You can decide to cut this directly on your fabric. I'm just doing this for the tutorial sake. Doing a straight line, then my bust points, which is also the bust level, is 10 inches. A straight line for that as well. So from this point I'll measure my shoulder measurement, which is shoulder measurement divided by 2 inches, which is 7.5. My shoulder measurement is 50, or the 7.5. And also bring it down 7.5. I'll rule a straight line to connect that. And for my shoulder slope, I'll drop this armhole line by 1 inch. And remember, the style we're working with is kind of a turtleneck kind of. I will be using 3 by 3 for my neck, for the front neck. Here 3 inches, the width 3 inches, the length also, the depth rather, 3 inches. Just want this to be well detailed as possible. I have this 4 corner, this I have this shape already, like a cube kind of for the neck part, but I need to make it curve. So if you don't, you can go ahead and use this curve for this point, but in case you don't have, all you need to do is to come down from this point by ½ inch. Then come from this point also mark ½ inch on each line. Then blend this with broken lines, just with your what's it called now? Your pencil, your chalk, whatever you're using, just connect and blend this. Or if you have this curve, you can feel free to connect with the curve. So I have the neck part settled. Now go ahead and join this point to hit this. That gives us the shoulder slope. Yeah, I have this already. So from this point I'll get the midpoint. I'll get the midpoint, which is nice. 4.5, and I'm going by ½ inch, and I'll connect all the mark parts. I'll connect all the mark parts. so my armhole part is settled. But the next thing for me to take the bust measurement, the waist. We only need the bust and the waist for this part. My bust measurement is 36 divided by 4. We have 9 inches plus at least the allowance at least 1.5. I'm adding 2 inches allowance to mine. Also, my waist measurement 31 divided by 4. I should have 7.625, which is 7¼ unique quarter and quarter. So with that, I'll add my 2 inches allowance also. And connect. So the front part is settled. Is it settled? No. Remember the neck have a V shape kind of. So from this neck part now, this is now my original neck. I will go in by 1.5. This depends on how wide you want that open. For me, 1.5 is okay. So you remember this is on fold. When we open up, we have at least 3 inches. So that is okay by me. And for my depth, 5.5. 5.5. Then I'll connect. So for this, the front part is okay. So for the back part, nothing much, just what we are here. We're bringing down zipper allowance. First, my zip allowance is 1.5. That is enough for my zip allowance. 1.5, and I will connect that one. Check what it does. Is this issue?
Yes.
Okay, from this point today I'll take all the necessary measurements. My bust, as you know, is 36. 36 divided by 4, we have 9. 9 plus 2 inches, we have 11 inches. Now for the waist as well, divided by 4, we have 7¼ plus 2 inches allowance. Then we connect the mark part. Now moving on to the shoulder part, just as we did for the front, divided by 2, I have 7.5. My shoulder divided by 2, I have 7.5. I'll take that measurement on this part as well. 7.5. Connect. And also I'll drop this part by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I use my armhole cuff to connect. For the back, we don't need to divide the armhole line or go in. No, we aren't doing that for the back. Just connect, and we have this for the back. Also the neck part for the back, remember we used 3 inches for the front. We are using 3 inches by half. So on the zipper part, measure ½ inch downward, then we connect. Then we connect, and from this point you connect as well. This we have done for the front and back. Next is for me to go ahead and cut this out and cut it on the fabric as well. Now for my zipper and allowance part. For zipper allowance part. At this point, which is the waist side, I'll go in by ½ inch. I'll go in by ½ inch, and connect this, like blend it back into the line. I'll blend this back into the line. This will avoid that folding part, that buggy, zipper stuff. This will help your zip lay flat and follow the body shape. This is what I have. After cutting on the fabric, I added an allowance for the down part of this, also the same for the back and for the front, and I cut small interfacing for the front part. So I'll go ahead now and stitch it, then bring it back. I have done the V-neck parts, this part, the V part. I have done it with my interfacing and I stitched this part. I also went ahead to join the back and the front together. So the next thing now is to take my measurement. I'm taking my measurement. Firstly, I'll join the zip allowance side. Yes, I'm not putting that on this outfit because the fabric is a bit stretchy, so it will definitely give me the shape I want. So I don't need to put that. If you are working with, if you are good with that, feel free to put your that on your own dress. But as for me, I'm not putting that for this particular outfit. So I'll go ahead and pin mine. Next, going to take the measurements. I have the neck, the back part pinned. So I'll make sure the armhole part is settled. Make sure the armhole part is settled and pin right and pin. Now I'll take my measurements, my bust measurement. Now we are dividing by 2, not by 4. My bust measurement is 36. Divided by 2, I have 16. I have 16. So I'll be taking this from the back part. So my bust measurement is divided by 4. So taking from this zipper part, let's assume we have our zip fixed already. So now I'll take bust measurement divided by 4. We have 9 inches. So from this zipper part, I'll measure my 9 inches. This is just to make sure we have equal parts on both sides. So from this zip part also, I'll take 9 inches on the other side. So for the waist, I have 31 divided by 4. 31 divided by 4, I should have 7¼ So I'll take this now to the machine and stitch off it. try to join this one I have. Open this part up. Also, here's my flay. For my flay part, I went ahead to weave. I weave it and fold it down part. So this is what I have weaved it. As you can see, I weave it and I fold it. So this is what I have. So I'll open up this part. And this is my waist side also. I'll join this. From this end, as going to have stitch. And this. Okay, so this is what we have at the moment. Here I have fixed the zip as well. There's my zipper part. I've fixed that. So this is what we have. This is what it looks like at the moment. Here is it. Where by my monitor till now. Okay, so I'll be using this part for my sleeve. Using this for my sleeve. I fold my fabric into two. The next thing is for me to measure the length. Remember, the sleeve we are working with has a band, like a very big band of this height, and the other part is free. So for the free part, the length I want to use for that part is 20. My total length for my long sleeve is 23 for my total part. For this upper part of this particular sleeve, I'll be using 20 inches as the length. So the wideness also, I'll use 10 inches. 10 inches by 20. Then at this point, I'll come down by 3 inches and connect in a curvy way. Connect that way. Then the down part of the sleeve, I'll reduce it by 1 inch, which is 9 inches. And I'll connect this. So the next is for me to cut out. Two pieces of sleeve here, and this is the band parts. I use 12 by I use 12 by 11 points. I use 12 by 12. This is 12 and the wideness is 12. So I'm folding this way for each band, going this way. Then this will be on it this way, and the other band, the other will be on it. So I'll go ahead and stitch this and do some pleats on this area. Firstly, I will turn this side. After turning, I will stitch this. Let me do that and bring it back. Okay, so here's the sleeve. This is how the inner part I first turn the band part. I turn it, then I reshape it to my wrist size, and I turn it, as you can see. I turn it, then fold and pleat. I pleat the upper part into it. This is what they have. You can go ahead and put your buttons. So I'll take this and attach it to the dress. This is what we have at the moment. the other parts. Now for the neck part, which is very important. For the neck parts, you measure what you have. Remember what we removed from this space. This space here, all removed was 1.5 inches. In total, 3 inches if you remember. Then plus half-inch allowance for sewing. Okay, for the neck part now, remember the V shape at the front. Remove 1.5 on fold, so automatically we have 3 inches removed for that V neck part, plus sewing allowance, of which I didn't stitch up to half-inch. So the total we will need for that front in total is 3.5. So starting from my zip, from one end of the zip, this is just for me to calculate the length of my neck part. Start from the one end of the zip, I'll take my tape rule, then once I get to the front part, I'll add that 3.5 inches, of which we have removed that. Then continue from the other part. Just pay attention to what I'm doing in the video so you understand better. So this is the band I have for the neck part. I went ahead to cut 4 inches by 16. My neck measurement after measuring was 16, so plus 1 inch allowance. So in total I have 4 inches for the wideness. Also I went ahead to iron. I had interfacing to the neck part and I fold in half-inch. So what I have left now after folding half-inch on both ends, I have 1.5. Remember, I cut out 4 inches by the length of the neck part. So after folding half-inch, which is equivalent to 1 inch, I have 1.5. So the next thing now is for me to get the midpoint of this band. I'll get the midpoint and notch it. Get the midpoint and notch it. And remember the 3.5 we eliminated from the front. I'll measure 3.5 from the midpoint now and notch and take it to my machine, then stitch that 3.5. It won't exceed 3.5. Then I'll do that and bring it back. This is what you should stitch this part. This is what you should have. This way. This way. So the next thing for me to put it on my neck part. The neck parts of the starting here. Stitching is this way. Stitch this for me and turn to the side. Stitch for me and turn to the side. And also go ahead and turn to the side. If you find this video helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share among your friends. Thank you. So this is the end of today's tutorial. Thanks for watching. See you on my next video. Bye.